This video is proudly sponsored by DigimonCard.io for all your Digimon card, deck building, deck list, card pricing, and discussion needs.
Hey everyone, Eggman here with another video, and today we're going to talk about the new advanced star deck for Beelzemon that's coming out later this month. Obviously, it's one revolving around the purple archetypes, the kind of whole thing with the Beelzemon line and everything else like that. So really, really cool, a really nice themed deck there. And we're also going to talk about the kind of cup event or special event that comes with it. So it pretty much kind of has like a pre-release event for it. It's called the Beelzemon Cup. It's from the 17th to the 23rd, so make sure you use your TCG Plus app to find ones around you. I didn't get a lot of solid information on what the particulars are, and I think a lot of stores are going to be running it differently, but you will be able to pick up a star deck for this if you want to. I think it's only one, and I think you should and can be able to use it for the event. And so we do have an example deck list at the end for that a little bit. There's a couple cards that we want to run at 4 of that we only have at 2 of, but we're going to talk about them when we get to them. So we're going to talk about it. I think this is a really cool product, and so we're going to talk about the new cards, and then we're going to go to the example deck list at the end. So if you guys have more information about this Beelzemon Cup, let me know. I'm pretty sure it's going to be something where the stores are going to choose how they want to run the format themselves. So it's probably going to be different between my store and your store. So just be kind of wary about that. In worst case, just make sure to call your stores to make sure you know how they're running their events verbatim. So anyways, going on into some cards. First, we do have some reprints, and they're actually quite good for what they are. You get one of each one of these, except for the Impmon. The Impmon, you get 2 of them, which are nice. So all of these arts look really great. Some of them are my favorite. Like Tactical Retreat is probably like my favorite art in this entire like game in general. It's such a fun looking card for what it does. But we do have the Guilmon from the Star Deck 7, the Vmon from Star Deck 8, the Argomon Egg, the Tactical Retreat, the Sunzarimon, that is the promo one for the reboot. We had Security Attack, not Security Attack, but like the Security Attack +1 effect for it there. We do have the Pagomon from Star Deck 6, 2 of the EX2 Impmons, which are probably like the best ones we have. A reprint of the the secret rare Beelzemon as well. So the one that lets you Digivolve for 4 on top of any Impmon as long as you have 10 or more cards in your trash. And then lastly, this really beautiful X Antibody card. It looks super nice. I've seen pictures of it in person. Obviously not the English prints yet, but man, this is such a good looking card, and it's going to be really nice to have a couple of these to play in my decks. They look really, really good. So, and then also in the decks themselves, it's not 50 new cards. It is it's like 38-ish, like 34. So we do have these reprints here. So we do have the Impmon from set 2, which is a good pickup in case you didn't get anything from that set. It was a while ago. We do have the Wizardmon as well from a promo. This is just almost always an auto include in the entire deck. It just says when this card is trashed from your deck, you get a game of memory. So that's very strong in this game in general. And also when attacking, you may reveal 1 purple card from your hand placed on top of your deck. So being able to set up the top cards of your deck for this specifically when you have all this milling stuff, this card is always going to be in the archetype until like there's a better card, which probably will never happen. And then there's also a Skull Satamon, also reprinted into it. So when Digivolve, you get to trash 2 and then add a Demon Lord back to your hand. So pretty good for setting up your drop and also drawing an extra card for there. Also, when your turn once per turn, when this card is trashed from your deck, when a card is trashed from your deck, you get to gain a memory too. And then lastly, we have Deathslinger. Just getting memory whenever it's trashed, as well as you get to delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower. And then for every 10, you get to add 1 to the maximum level. So if you have 20 cards in there, you get to delete at level 6 for 4 memory, which is pretty good there. So these are all reprints. We're getting 4 of each of these, and we're going to go into the actual new cards. So we have our eggs and rookies here. So we do have Yamons, which it is a Digi-Egg. When attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has Wizard or Demon Lord in its traits, you get to trash top 2 cards of your deck. So pretty good, especially since, you know, most of these decks will be using like an Impmon swing very early in the games, so that will help you get that there. We also do have the new Impmon, and even though it's a rookie, it is a super rare, so you only get 2 copies of this Impmon in your star decks. But when attacking, if you have 20 more cards in your trash, this Digimon can Digivolve into Beelzemon from your trash with a devolution cost of 3, ignoring its devolution requirements. So being able to go into this from your trash is really great. It's when attacking, so you do get some effects from that too. And then also your turn once per turn, when a card is trashed from your deck, delete one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon. So just a mildly okay effect there. We also do have these other 2 rookies, and they're okay for what they are. The only issue with them is that you can't you pretty much are really rewarded for running only Impmons as your rookies for these decks. So they're probably not going to see a lot of play, but they are kind of neat. So Candlemon, first one, on play, trash the top 2 cards from your deck. On deletion, if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, you get to draw 1. So being able to set up your trash on an on play is kind of nice, and the draw is kind of nice too. You also have Phascomon. It's a blocker, and it can't attack players. So just like a rookie blocker, kind of nice for what it is. Again, these are solid cards, actually. It just thinks that they're not very good, specifically for the Impmon line, because again, you really need cards named Impmon, but I can see other decks use both of these, especially Candlemon. Being able to trash 2 on play is actually a really good effect especially for a rookie. So I could see this in like Beelstar and other decks like that who would want that setup there. So those are the eggs and rookies. And then next up we have our champions and ultimates. We get 4 of each one of these. We have Porcupine, which is a blocker, and also on play you get to trash top 2 cards of your deck. So honestly, not too bad for what it is. You play it for 4, trash top 2, and then you have a blocker, which is kind of okay. I don't know if it fits the deck very well outside of that, but it's got a lot of what purple wants to do, and I could see this in decks. Especially like this could be another good card in Beelstarmon as well, because you get the setup, and then you also get a level 4, which you can play for 4, and you do like to recycle your level 4s. That's also just happens to be a blocker, and you don't get any there's only benefits for being blocked. You don't have to, you don't get like any memory loss from attacking with it or anything like that. So I can see that there. We also have Witchmon. So when Digivolving, you just get to trash 3 from the top of your deck. So that seems pretty good to me. And also your turn, when this Digimon has Wizard or Demon Lord as traits, it gets plus 2 KDP. So pretty okay for what it does. It also has the Wizard trait, which is important for our eggs. So just a standard card for the archetype. Nothing too crazy, but pretty good there. And then lastly, we have Balmon, which I'll move away from a little bit to talk about. So when Digivolving, you get the trash top 3 like the Witchmon, but also when Digivolving until the end of your opponent's turn, this Digimon gains on deletion. If you have 10 or more cards in your trash, you may play 1 Beelzemon from your trash without paying its memory cost. So pretty great to be able to go up your chain again. It's going to be pretty easy to get 10 into your drop area, into your trash area for this. And then it has the same plus 2k DP as the Witchmon for the inheritable. So pretty standard cards, but I think it does really help you go up your chains and kind of do what you need to do. And then lastly, we do have our megas, at least lastly for the Digimon side. So we have Beelzemon. So when Digivolving, you get to trash top 4 cards of your deck. All turns, when a card is trashed from your deck, every 10 cards in your trash, you get to gain a memory, which is really nice. You can't, obviously it's only like the first time you Digivolve with it, but very good there. And then you can proc this with your Digi Eggs and just kind of everything else that goes with it. Your turn once per turn, when a card is trashed from your deck, this Digimon gains security attack +1. So obviously the combo with this is that you attack with your rookie Impmon. You're able to use the effect to Digivolve into it with the when attacking. And then since it's a when Digivolving effect and not like when an attacking effect, you get to trash the top 4 cards of your deck. Then you get to gain a memory for each 10 afterwards. And then also you get to gain security attack +1. So really great to do that kind of effect. But I think it actually, let me see, ignoring devolution cost. Yeah. So for devolution cost, so you can do that. So making sure it wasn't like only like if the devolution cost of this thing was 3. So I don't think that's how that works. If that is, let me know, but I don't think that's how that works. Also, Beelstarmon, we've obviously only seen it in the kind of 3 Musketeer builds that we've been seeing and topping in here in North America, but for every for every 10 cards in your trash, reduce the memory cost when playing this card from your hand by 4. So if you have 20 cards in there, it becomes a 5 cost, which isn't actually too bad. And also, all turns, once per turn when a card is trashed from your deck, you may play 1 Impmon from your trash without paying its memory cost. The Digimon played by this effect gains Rush for the turn as well. So being able to use this effect to get like a free attack is really great as well. And also, opponent's turn, when opponent's Digimon attacks, trash the top card of your deck. So being every time they attack, and this is not a once per turn, you get to trash a card, which means you get all the advantages from there. All the trash the card effects are not like your turn inherent as far as I know. So being able to get like a memory back or a deletion when your opponent's not expecting is quite nice. But also it means you get to play an Impmon from your trash without paying its memory cost. And so you're able to get that. It doesn't have blocker, just has rush, but being able to get that additional benefits there, I think is very good as well. And then lastly, we have the blast mode. I'll move away once again. But when this card is trashed, delete one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon. For every 10 cards in your trash, add 1 to the maximum level. So if you have, for example, 20 cards in there, you get to delete a level 5 or lower. Also, when Digivolving, you get to unsuspend this Digimon. If you have 20 or more cards in your trash, you get to gain 3 memory. So if you do have the Beelzemon here on the left, you gain the security attack +1. You can attack with it, Digivolve into the blast mode with the Ayameko tamer from the EX2 that we'll talk about in a little bit, and then you get to attack again essentially. So you get 4 checks with this and do pretty well and get a lot of memory back for it as well. So I think that's all very good. I think it's a very kind of well thought out line, and it looks pretty strong for us there. So last cards we're going to talk about are the option and the tamer. So we do have the Rivals Barrage. This is a really, really interesting card, but I like it a lot. So when this card is trashed from your deck, you may place it in your battle area, and then for main, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest level. You don't get to put this in your battle area, though, for activating the main. So you only get the delay effect if you do trash it from your deck, which is really unique. And so main delay, return 1 purple Digimon card or purple Tamer card from your trash to your hand. So being able to just get for free, essentially, not the turn you get to cycle it back, but just the turn that you after you trash this from your deck, which can be trashed on your opponent's turn, and then you get it. You get it for free on your next turn, but being able to find the pieces or tamers that you're really missing and help you get there, I think is very strong in itself. So both effects are good, and it really helps. And the security is delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest level. All 3 effects are great. So from trash, from hand, or from security, all of them I think are very good. You also do have the new Ayumeko on play. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add one Digimon with Evil Wizard or Demon Lord. In its traits, among them to your hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. When one of your Digimon digivolves into a purple Digimon, you may suspend this tamer to place 1 card from your hand on top of your deck and gain 1 memory, which means you get to set up the top card of your deck, which means that if you have some milling capabilities, you're able to use that to your advantage, so you don't have to kind of mystery guess what's going to hit. You get to know, and you get to kind of plan around it, which is quite nice. So I think it's a good tamer for us. I think the other tamer is still good right now, and we'll kind of see how to balance between the 2 of them. But those are all of the new cards we get from the set, and let's go into some deck lists. All right, so first, real quick, here is just like the starter deck that you get right out of the box with the ratios updated. And I do apologize that DigimonCard.io doesn't have all of the art ready for the new structure deck. It should be up in the next couple of days, so maybe even when you click this, it will be up there. But my apologies again that it's not up to date right now. But real quick, if you want to know what the 2 ofs, it's what you pretty much expect. It's 2 of the Impmons, 2 of the Beelzemons, and 2 of the Blast Mode and Beelstar. So pretty much all your level 6s and 7s as well as the rookie there. Those are your 2 ofs, so those are what you need to, as well as the 7 cost option. So that's what you're expecting if you wanted to see the ratios. There you go. That's what you get. So anyways, going into the starter deck kind of build that I'm using for the Beelzemon Cup, as well as just some options depending on what yours is saying. So this one is not necessary. This is with 2 starter decks, which I'm not sure if stores and how stores are going to be enforcing these cups, so it could be different. But the 4 ofs are that we'd only get 2 ofs are just the Impmons as well as the Beelzemons as well. So you can just take these out for 2 ofs, and then you add just 2 of the just others with the same name. Since the name is the most important part, and the skills are obviously very good for both of these, the name is a little bit more important. So you can just add like 2 more of the EX2 Beelzemons, and then also just 2 more of the on play to get something back Impmons, and I think that would be something that would help you out and pretty much get the same theming for this deck as well. So the only other blank card, in case you're wondering, is the Beelzemon from Star Deck 14, which we were talking about earlier. So obviously the idea of this deck is to just build a lot of trash very early. You get a lot of effects from some cards hitting the trash and doing everything else for that, and then you have like a really good way to get a lot of damage late game. So that includes the effects of like the blast modes, either one of them, and you can get into those, I think, pretty easily, especially without like a lot of interaction from your opponent, which is quite nice. So some ads for here. So we are running the Secret Rare from BT2. I'm not sure if this is the best pick for us, but I just felt wrong to not to, so we're running 1. And you get 1 from the star deck in itself, so you don't even have to like find it. You can just get it from the star deck and use it there. We're using 2 Miss Memory Boosts just to help set up our trash a little bit more. I really wanted to run 3, but I just couldn't find the room for it. So maybe I could get out of like another Doberman, and that'd be kind of nice for it. But I think this is good for what it is. My only concern with this deck is like sometimes I feel like we can get memory choked very easily, and we have a lot of plays that kind of consistently need to have that 3 memory open for us. So we are running Ayumeko, the old one from EX2, as well to get us to that 3 memory every turn, as well as you get to digivolve into the blast mode for 3 from our trash, which means either one of these, which is quite nice as long as the semicolon on this blast mode doesn't make a difference. We are running just 2 of the older ones just as like another way to search, and like the reduction does kind of help us as well in setting up the top card of our deck. So this could be something that if you don't like Miss Memory Boost, you can put this instead, and it might do better for you. But I'm just running it 2 and 2 just to be a little bit safe. What else do we got? We do have one of the Dobermon just to help us with the on-deletion effect, as well as to just help us find Digimon and purple tamers if we need them to act to our hand. One Calling of Darkness, because the card is really good, and why would you not want to draw 2 for 1 memory sometimes? And it works really well with this Beelzemon too. So if we have a on deletion, you can play Beelzemon without paying its cost kind of effect. And so I think that's very good for us there as well. So both effects are good. We also do have the Beelzemon. Just when attacking, trash top 3 cards of your deck. And on deletion, if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, you can play 1 Beelzemon from your trash without paying its memory cost. So just kind of a tinier, like a worse version of this one, but still it's a Beelzemon. It's also a wizard, which means it interacts with our Digi-Egg as well. So our Yamon, and getting that discards from the trash, or discarding to the trash. And I think that is the main part of the deck. So this is the build, and let me know what you guys think about it. It could just be bad. I haven't done a lot of testing for this because I've just been honestly too busy for some of the more fun formats. I'm just probably going to show up with this deck and kind of see how it goes. So if you guys have any advice or any changes you guys would want me to make, or any other cards you want me to check out, please let me know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Good luck on your own cups. Let me know how you do for them, and that's going to be it for me. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.
Damn it. Damn it.